Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
All right. Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
To one and all. You're welcome. Even though I wasn't really wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. No, it was just a general, to those who have joined us this morning. Happy Thanksgiving. What a fun time it is to be alive, isn't it?
Man.
Fun time to be alive. Just so great that we're here for it all. And I'm very excited about that.
I'm tired of the good news. I'll tell you that.
Too much. Almost too much, right?
Tired of it.
Yeah. It's like give me a little spice in life, would you? So got something to struggle against a little bit. Everything going so well all the time just kind of gets to be a bore.
It does.
Really kind of gets to be a bore after a while. I like what the Oregon Governor Kate Brown is doing right now. She's urging residents to rat out their neighbors if they're breaking the COVID-19 restrictions by having too many guests in their house on Thanksgiving. Welcome to Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll enjoy your stay. What's not to enjoy? Again, Brown recently limited the number of people allowed in a private home to 6. Wow, in Oregon it's only 6. As part of a 2-week freeze for the entire state to help curb the spread.
What if you have more than 6
in your home? I'm sorry, you got to kick some of them out. Some of them have to be out on the street. You got 8 people in your family, 2 of them have to get out on the street. Sorry, you're homeless now. Bye-bye.
Okay. I mean, at some homes, that might be a welcome rule.
Yeah, it might be. Oregon has more than 66,000 reported cases in the state. Look, this is no different than what happens if there's a party down the street and it's keeping everyone awake, she said. What do neighbors do? They call law enforcement because it's too noisy. Is it just like that? No, it isn't. Because they're not doing anything to you. They're not being noisy. It's not a nuisance. They're just enjoying themselves with their family and friends. But she said it's like a violation of a noise ordinance. Honestly, they shouldn't have to. This is about saving lives, and it's about protecting our fellow Oregonians. Yeah, for progressives, it's always about what's best for them, what's best for you. They know better than we do on all of these things. And thank goodness. They're the rancher, and we're the cattle. So just get used to that. Social get-togethers, both indoors and outdoors. Something's wrong with your setup, Keith. We're hearing all kinds of...
What?
Yeah.
You mean today of all days? There's something wrong?
Yes. Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay. Whatever.
Okay. You got me okay?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a little bit
Have
better.
you seen Vermont? Have you seen what's happening up there where they're questioning the kids when they return to school on Monday about how many people or if they left their house or went somewhere, and if they're caught going against the rules, then they have to go back home for 14 days and take a COVID test. And that's the Democrat plan. The Republicans want that same for businesses. It's madness.
Holy cow. Wow. All for this, virus, which, granted, yes, there's 53,000 dead. But the death rate is under 1%. It's under 1%. So in over 99% of the cases, you're sick for a few days, like with anything else, usually. Sometimes it's a little more severe than that.
Yeah.
But are we really expected to completely give up rights and start narking on neighbors?
Yes.
Yes.
And asking our children to narc on their parents when they get to school? Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if we've got a bunch of Andrew Cuomo cuts today that are wonderful, and he's such a good man.
Oh, what a wonderful
But one of the cuts, and I don't know that we have it, but one of the cuts he's talking to the sheriffs about following his mandates and rules. Yeah. And saying, calling it...
they're dictators?
That they're dictators and that it's against the law. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's not a law here.
Again, not a law.
Maybe we played it. But I mean, it's just... Yeah,
we did. We talked about that yesterday.
It's just agonizing.
But he does love masks. We do have that. Here's Governor Cuomo talking about his love for masks.
and we love one another. We love. And we're tough enough to say we love. We're strong enough to say, I love you. I love you. And we're acting out of love. That's what New York tough means. And we have a special mask for Thanksgiving because, we're also creative in New York. We are creative, and we do things a little different.
Don't be a
And we have a
turkey, wear a
special
mask.
mask.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Don't be a turkey this Thanksgiving. Wear a mask. Don't be a turkey. How good looking is this mask, right? You ready?
Wow.
Look at that. How beautiful is that? Tell the truth.
Not beautiful. Stupid.
Tell the truth.
Especially good on me. Covers my nose and everything. I'm better looking with the mask.
Oh, you're right about that.
That's true.
Can we get a
about
second one
that.
for the
That's
top
a
half
fact.
of you, Andrew?
Yeah, really.
Ugh.
And maybe a third one to put over the first one so that we can't hear you either.
It's a good plan.
That's New York tough. That's New York
That's
tough.
New York tough.
Don't be a turkey. Put on a mask.
Over there.
Over.
Over there. My daughter loves me over there. Yeah, I was talking about my daughter loving me over there. It's cut number 3 over
Please
there.
think about thinking about Thanksgiving differently this year. Because it has to be a different Thanksgiving. We can't have.
Can't have it. Can't have
You
it.
look at that current rate of increase. You're going to 6,000 cases in 3 weeks. You can't have an accelerant on that number. You really have to reduce that number.
You do. You really do.
This is not a normal Thanksgiving.
No.
It's a better than normal Thanksgiving.
Oh.
It's a deeper Thanksgiving.
It's a
It's
deeper,
a more meaningful
more
Thanksgiving.
meaningful. I love the sell on
Mariah
this.
loves me
The
so
spin,
much.
it's so great.
She's not coming to celebrate Thanksgiving. That's how much she loves me.
That's how much she loves you. That's how much we love you, too,
Yeah.
because we don't want to be anywhere near you either.
No kidding. Now, he also went on his one release that he released was talking about love is sometimes doing what's hard. Pat.
Oh, yeah.
It's your
Love.
family. It's your home. It's your table. These are all environments where you feel safe. And that is the beauty of Thanksgiving. I'm at home with
beauty of
my
it.
family.
Yeah.
I'm in my safe zone.
I see.
Your safe zone
Is not a safe zone. It's not.
Your
It's not.
safe zone is dangerous this year.
Oh, wow. Please.
Love is sometimes doing what's hard.
Is never
This
having
year,
to say,
if you love
come over for
someone,
Thanksgiving.
it is smarter and better to stay away.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. He's doing the tough things. It means
Don't be a turkey.
means he loves all of us. He loves all New Yorkers. He loves all Americans. And his daughter loves him so much. She's not coming over.
Right.
That's how much she loves him.
Yeah, she's going to be with the trooper that he shipped off to the border.
Yeah. What do you want to bet? His brother comes over, though. I bet you Chris and the
Oh,
family.
I don't know.
Chris and Andrew are
I
getting
don't know
together.
because that was the deal, right? He said his mom and his 2 daughters were going to come for Thanksgiving, and he took such heat for that.
Then he said no.
The whole thing got canceled.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, your table's not a safe zone
Right.
anymore. It was safe when his mom and,
And
his
the 2
daughters
daughters were
coming over.
coming, yeah.
It was a safe zone then, but now all of a
No,
sudden
no.
it's not a safe zone this year. Now it's a dangerous, deadly zone.
Your safe zone is not your safe zone.
No, not anymore. In fact, your kitchen table or your dining room table, it's like the killing field. It's like the killing fields of Cambodia. That's what it is now. That's what it is right now. That's where piles of dead bodies are going to amass right there at the dining room table. Piles of dead people all over the place because it's not safe anymore. It's
it
not
is
safe.
not.
So just want you to know that.
Where do you get one of those awesome turkey masks that he was wearing?
Well, I don't know. State of New York, I guess, because
Yeah.
they're really creative in New York. And
yeah.
this is a special. This is not a normal Thanksgiving, Keith. It's a special Thanksgiving.
I thought it was a better.
It's a better
Okay.
Thanksgiving than normal because you can't get together with any of your friends or family. That makes it so much better. And it really does for some people.
Some cases, yeah.
It really would. So
there's that.
Yeah, there's that. That's great. So stay home for Thanksgiving and don't make your dining room table a killing field. Okay, please.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
And you little people, you don't understand. We need people like Andrew Cuomo to lead us by the nose and tell us what has to be done here and what doesn't have to be done. So I really appreciate that.
I guess we're just lucky to have Thanksgiving at all, right?
Yeah.
Because don't we have a montage of them basically saying, get over it, there's no Thanksgiving this year?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, there's some suggestions that the media has for us. Let's take a look at that.
This Thanksgiving is going to suck a bit.
This is not some existential reality. Cancel your plans if you absolutely do not need to travel somewhere.
Travel by car if you must travel.
I don't like it to be any number. I like it to be keep it to your immediate household. Eat all of the mashed potatoes by yourself. That's what I'm going to do.
Limit the number of people, do it outside, and wear your mask.
If you go over to a friend's house, mask up the whole time you're not eating or drinking.
If you're a college student, shelter in place for at least 7 days once you arrive.
Separation should be the norm.
Avoiding direct contact, including handshakes and hugs.
Speak softer, because louder voices, shouting, screaming, actually singing spreads the virus.
So you can't test your way out of or into safety here.
You can't test your way into Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, you just can't test your way to that table. That's just not the way to do it.
You can't test your way into Thanksgiving dinner.
Having one person serve all the food so multiple people are not handling the serving utensils.
And open the windows if you can, or have the air blowing out.
Do a lot of FaceTime or Zooming.
I'll be there virtually, but not personally.
A Zoom Thanksgiving is a lot better than an ICU Christmas.
Cancel your plans and not be more clear here.
Invite Grandma? This could be her last Thanksgiving? Yeah, if you invite her to a place where she can get sick and die.
People who don't want to miss out on their next family event of
For
Thanksgiving
gosh sakes.
should watch that segment again. Because what you really don't want is your next family event to be a funeral.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Powerful.
Because in New York, you can't have a funeral anyway.
That's right.
Hold on. Can we go back to the very last shot, the last shot of that montage, and look at the reporter with his mask? Do I just have a bad connection here, or does that guy really need to go wash that mask? It looks all brown in the middle, right? Or am I just am I seeing things? I don't know. But I love these reporters that are standing in the middle of a park and yet feel it necessary to virtue signal with their masks. It's so pathetic. But remember, if it's, what was it? A Zoom Thanksgiving is better than an ICU Christmas.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. It's a powerful statement. It's powerful.
Sure is.
Tears streaming down my cheeks just thinking about it.
That'll be a t-shirt.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it should be a T-shirt. Make yourself a T-shirt, Mr. Bush, with the word Zoom Thanksgiving on it. Better than an ICU Christmas.
Wow.
Also in Los Angeles, the public health director, Barbara Ferrer, outlined some specifics of their stay-at-home order. A little bit more far-reaching than a restaurant ban. Individuals must remain in their homes as much as possible.
Oh.
All public and private events of people not in the same household, except for outdoor church and protests, are prohibited. I'm glad to see protests are still on in Los Angeles. Still on, no matter what. And you got this incredible emergency. You got to stay in your home. You can't go to work. You can't go to church. You can't go to school. But you can go to a protest. It's amazing. It's amazing. Essential indoor retail is allowed to stay open at 35% of capacity. How long can they continue that?
I don't know.
How long?
I don't know.
And stay open as a business. Non-essential indoor retail is allowed to stay open at 20% capacity. Wow. Running, biking, swimming, and playing outdoors are allowed, so long as appropriate social distancing and masking is observed.
Yeah, good.
Gathering at beaches and parks, prohibited. Outdoor and indoor pools that serve more than one house will be closed, well, except for lap swimming. Non-essential office spaces will stay closed, including office-based businesses, card rooms, clubs, bars, lounges, playgrounds, theaters, spectator performances, sporting events, bowling alleys, and arcades, all closed. Childcare, K through 12 education, and libraries will be able to continue at 20% capacity. Pro sports and youth sport activities can continue as they have been. And then don't forget, by the way, we do have a curfew beginning at 10 p.m. and continuing till 5 the next morning, except for essential services. Is that incredible? Wow. That is amazing. A curfew at 10 o'clock at night. Because, again, the virus is a night owl. It doesn't come out until 10, and then it just jumps into the face of anybody who's out.
Anybody.
Starting at 10:01, man, people are getting infected left and right.
Well, unless you're protesting.
Unless you're protesting. Then it knows that's really important because racism is worse than the virus, and it leaves you alone. I can't take it.
It doesn't seem possible.
I know
that it's actually happening.
Right, it doesn't. And yet we see it every day. Every single day in the United States of America. Amazing. All right, let me tell you about this nightmare scenario we've got going on. We've got all these restrictions on our freedom. We've got the left funding just crazy control of this nation. Corporations like Verizon taking your hard-earned money and putting it to use by installing radicals in power. So this is a really important time that we stick together with companies who share our values. There's so few of them. When you find out about one, you should latch onto it. Patriot Mobile is one of those. Patriot Mobile has never sent a penny to the left. They don't fund Planned Parenthood. They fund causes that you believe in, and you even tell them where you want the money to go. So you can switch with confidence. They use the same networks as everybody else, as AT&T and Verizon do, because they all use the same 4 towers, and you're going to get the same service. And they make switching as easy as possible. You can keep your phone number, you can keep your phone, or you could switch both or either if you want. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call their U.S.-based customer service team, 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT. The same service, a lower price, and the values you believe in and support. Get free activation and a special gift, too, when you use the offer code PAT. patriotmobile.com/Pat. That's patriotmobile.com/Pat.
Pat Gray.
So, what is it you're thankful for on this Thanksgiving Eve? It's been a tough year. It's kind of hard to think of, but I mean, we still have blessings and things that we can be thankful for. So, I'd love to hear about those from you at 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Are you going to travel? Are you going to ignore what you're being told by your betters, by the elites, by the people who really know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing? Are you going to ignore what they're telling you and travel anyway? Because that's inconceivable to me. How dare you?
I know.
How dare you? AAA says 50 million people are still traveling for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about what travels every year, right?
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit more because the airlines are still struggling, right? So the people are driving. So I think it sounds like it's about the same, though.
Does.
Right? Between 45 and 50 million usually.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like in your face. It's like you can take that advice and stick it right up your rectal cavity. Okay, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah, most of the travel restrictions, looks more to do with flying and air travel.
Yeah,
than
that's true.
Than automobile travel. Yeah,
yeah. Some of my family are flying places. In fact, they leave today and tomorrow. And you know what? They're Americans, and they have the right to do that. So they're
Are
going to
they
do that.
reporting their travels to the appropriate authorities?
Well, they've called the SS, yeah, and they've checked in with the SS. So we'll see. We'll see if they wind up in an re-education camp or not.
As long as they have their papers with them.
Give it a few months.
They'll be fine.
Give it a couple months.
Yeah, give it a couple months. I mean, we're already to the point where we'd like to see your papers,
Oh, yes,
please.
we sure are. There's plenty of states
I'd like
that
to see the
if you
papers.
come in, they want to see that documentation.
Well,
yeah, you got
of making you talk.
Especially the great state of New York that we just heard from their governor,
right?
Who I can't find out how many masks they had for the turkey mask, but the one story said the state was giving them away.
They're giving them away?
The one story said the state was giving them away to New York residents. So I don't know if you had to go pick them up. I don't know if Cuomo was driving by throwing them in the yard. I don't know how you were getting them. And I don't know how much money they spent on them.
It doesn't matter.
It's all about love.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't matter how much they spent on them. Whatever it was worth it.
Yes.
If it was $80 trillion, it was worth it to get those turkey masks out to all New Yorkers. I can't. It's just so stupid.
Do we have the cardboard grandparents, by the way? Because this is what one couple has decided to do. Look, they shipped a cardboard cutout of themselves. That's how they're going to celebrate with family.
Oh, that's asinine.
No, wait, that's funny, I said.
Yeah, it's asinine is what I said. I said it's asinine.
It rhymes with funny, though, Jeffy. It's so close.
Asinine funny. Don't they mean approximately
about
the same thing?
Yeah, about the same. You
about the same.
You wouldn't pay for a cardboard cutout of yourself to send to the family and friends?
No, that's stupid.
What are we becoming?
I mean, a parody of ourselves.
Yes.
A parody of ourselves. In our music, too. I mean, listen to this.
Although I'll keep my social distance, what this really needs is a hug.
Until we find the vaccination, there's no substitute for love.
I love that part, too, because
I do, too.
Until we find a vaccination, there's no substitute for love. But as soon as that vaccine is here, love goes right out the window. That's a perfect substitute for it, that vaccine.
Yeah. We're back.
What are you saying?
We're back to Tinder.
Yeah.
So love yourself and love your family. Love your neighbor and your friend.
Anytime you see the stranger, it's just a friend you ain't met yet.
I like that.
You probably do.
I do. I like that.
You probably do. I bet you do.
I like it. I said I did. I didn't.
I know it. Amazing.
Hey, did you see that Qantas Airlines, going forward, you're going to have to show that you have the vaccine in your veins before you'll be allowed to travel on their planes?
Huh. Who saw that coming?
So, right?
Wow.
Like, who could have?
Who could have foreseen that?
I mean,
There's just no way you could foresee that.
Just don't fly Qantas. Yep.
Well, like that's not going to spread.
And then it'll be
they'll all
American.
do it. Oh, yeah.
And
then
it'll be United.
And Delta.
Before you know it, you'll be
It'll
walking
be everybody.
everywhere.
It will be everybody.
It'll be everyone.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, yeah, they're working on a health passport right now. All the airlines are working on a health passport. And without the health passport, you'll not be allowed to fly. It's coming. It's coming soon to an airline near you. So
I mean,
just know that.
Delta and American already have the lists of people that wouldn't wear a mask, right? That are now on the no-fly list.
Yeah, and then they won't. Yeah, they can't fly on that
they can't
airline
fly
anymore.
at all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Pat, have you gotten your driver's license renewed?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, you might want to do that and get in right before the requirement that you have to have your vaccination in order to be qualified to have a driver's license, because I'm sure that's coming right around the corner as well.
I'm sure it is.
Well, I mean, we can only hope, right? We don't want people getting in accidents that haven't been vaccinated, and then our healthcare first responders
and then
come
dying
on
of COVID.
Thank you. Our first responders come on to help you, and you haven't been vaccinated. It won't be safe.
Yep. Well, officer, I think he went through the windshield and then hit a tree. I don't think that was a. Nope, he had COVID.
Nope, had COVID.
He's dead. That's a COVID death.
Well, they are. We
death.
joked around about how they were designated COVID deaths, but I just was reading a story about a guy who fell off a ladder, and they documented it as a COVID death because he was sick with COVID. I mean, he had been diagnosed with COVID.
Him, and that's why he fell off the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Makes perfect sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Hey, more fun, too. We've got some great people that are being lined up for the Biden cabinet, should one actually transpire and happen and come to pass.
It looks more and more like it will come to pass.
Stop it. I won't hear of it. I will not hear you say that.
Okay.
Well, the legislatures of Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Michigan are going to hold hearings coming up. Pennsylvania is today, and then you've got Michigan and Arizona next week.
That'll help.
I mean, will something come of it? 99.9% chance. You have a better chance of dying of COVID than something coming from these hearings. But just FYI, that's what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Pennsylvania. Where else?
Pennsylvania today, Arizona on Monday, Michigan on Tuesday. Hearings about the alleged voter fraud in those states. In Wisconsin, I saw something this morning, 120,000 bad ballots that I don't know if they're going to be revisited, but the stuff's still happening. It's still happening. And what was our magic date, December 14th?
And they should see it through.
You Trump people will not let it go. He just won't let it go.
I hope he doesn't.
It's time to just move on.
Take it as far as it will go.
Did you say it's time to move on,
Jeffy?
Jeffy?
It's time to move on. It's time to let it go.
And was that Jeffy or real Jeffy? Which Jeffy was that? Because we're only talking about the most important country to ever exist.
Yeah,
with the most important election of all time.
Yeah.
You don't let any of this crap go. None of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to see it
the
through.
future of our democracy.
Shut up.
Is at stake right now.
Daniel, turn his mic off. You have practice at that.
Jeez. So here's just a partial list of what Biden is putting together. His nightmare scenario. Secretary of State Antony Blinken of Winkin, Blinken, and Nod. He took the Blinken guy out of Winkin, Blinken, and Nod.
Oh no!
That's the one.
We're excited about that.
Just Winkin and Nod.
Yeah.
now.
I thought, hey, Blinken is going to be Secretary of State. That's cool. Is Winkin going to be Treasury Secretary, and Nod will be I don't know, Secretary of Defense?
No, those two have been riding on Blinken's coattails for years,
and he's sick of it, and he's just going to move forward now as Secretary of State. We'll go through the rest of this coming up in a minute. But we're very happy to see Blinken get a new gig because he's been with Winkin and Nod for far too long. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Happy Thanksgiving, 888-900-3393. Show's going well today, right?
Somebody's already on vacation.
That's good. All right. 888-900-3393. It's all right, Daniel. We're okay. We're all right. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Where was I going here with something?
Just down the list of Winkin, Blinken, and Nod.
Yes, we already took care of Winkin, Blinken, and Nod. So Antony Blinken is Secretary of State for Biden, should he take over as president. Should he steal, his election theft be successful? If that turns out successful, then this is what's going to happen. Treasury Secretary, we're going back to Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So they think she'll follow the progressive agenda, and of course she will. Of course she will, where monetary policy is concerned. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, he served as Biden's national security advisor in the Obama administration. He was one of the people who kick-started diplomatic negotiations with Iran.
Right.
Good. We'll get right back into that horrible agreement. Maybe we're going to leave them just billions of dollars on a tarmac as well.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get creative.
They'll come right along then.
Mm-hmm. Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines. She's a former CIA deputy director who worked on the Obama administration's drone program, responsible for killing thousands of people, including civilians. Congratulations.
Yay.
All right. If she gets Senate approval, she'd be the first female DNI, Director of National Intelligence.
And that's all that matters.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Killing Americans doesn't matter.
No. But if it's a woman, yes, put her in. Put her in.
Cool.
If she's a black female, then definitely put her in twice. Put her in twice. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
I'm sorry, who?
Alejandro Mayorkas.
Thank you.
From Manawani, Nicaragua.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, actually, no.
How did he get the gig?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's going to be an overhaul of the past 4 years of DHS policy.
You
can well count on that.
Oh, yeah.
U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas Greenfield, a 35-year veteran of the Foreign Service.
That's good, because that means she's right in there
Yes,
with everybody.
she's
and
part
knows
of
exactly how it works.
Exactly. She's part of the deep state, and that's what we need in there, somebody in the deep state. Biden plans to give this position cabinet-level status, which would reportedly make Thomas Greenfield, a black woman, a member of Biden's National Security Council. Then, I love this one. This is really good news. This is somebody you love and have loved for a good long time. Special presidential envoy for climate, John Kerry. John Kerry. Yes, that John Kerry. Former Secretary of State, also a key player in crafting the Paris climate deal. Because we're gonna get right back into the Paris Agreement. We're gonna get right back at day one. We'll be right back in the Paris Agreement, and that will be strapping us down technologically and industrially for the next several years until we can get these a-holes out of office.
Hey, Pat, okay. If you had to have John Kerry in the cabinet, if you just had to have him, where could he do the least damage? Where would you want him?
I would want him at home with Teresa.
Thank you.
That's where I want him.
Would you rather him as? Would you want him as Secretary of State again?
No.
Or would you want him to be this climate czar garbage?
Well, neither one, because I think the climate thing is really going to kick into high gear now, and he'll probably have actual power to control things because that's what they believe in. You know, the climate is their god. This whole climate situation is what they worship. They worship at the altar of climate change. This Gaia situation is that's really their main thing. That and abortion, killing babies, and whining about the climate. Those are their two things. So I'm really looking forward to it with a great deal of anticipation. I think it's going to turn out really well. So why the long face, John? That's what I want to know. Why the long face? We've never been able to ascertain the answer to the simple question.
The bartender just keeps asking.
Hey, John, why the long face?
I mean, it's agonizing that this guy is back in the fold again.
Yep.
Right? I mean,
and all of these are Obama people. They're all Obama administration.
Well, Kamala Harris said
holdouts.
This it looks like America.
It looks like America. Is that what it is? It looks like okay. Yeah, that's the new thing I love too. My administration will look like America. Shut up. Our leadership team will look like America. Shut up. Yeah, it'll look like America. Okay. All righty. All right. Regeneron just got emergency clearance. Did we talk about this yesterday? Regeneron Pharmaceuticals antibiotic cocktail received an emergency use authorization from U.S. drug regulators for treatment of early COVID symptoms. And where's that story I just had on hydroxychloroquine, too? That it was 84% effective with early treatment.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, and then there was, but I think it does there was something else too where they were still trying to badmouth it as well.
With the hydroxy?
At the same time.
Really?
You know, from
well, you can't.
It might have been the WHO again.
You can't just praise it. That would be wrong, right? Because
right.
Because Donald Trump once said good things about it.
That's correct.
And you don't want that.
That is absolutely correct.
But I was very interested to see that they did find out that it was fairly effective. I'm still looking for the story on it because it was really interesting, and I wanted to see because this thing was killing people supposedly at the beginning. Remember?
Yes, I do. Which was bull crap.
Yeah, which was bull crap. But people were dying left and right because of hydroxychloroquine, when in fact there were a lot of people actually using it and saved their lives.
Yes.
According to the doctors that were treating them with it.
And according to family members.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you just wear a mask, don't be a turkey.
Right. Well, then you won't even get it. You won't need hydroxychloroquine.
Now, what about Jonathan Karl, though? I mean, are you only supposed to wear a mask when cameras are on? Because that's apparently what he was doing yesterday at the White House.
John Karl? Yeah, what happened to that guy, too, by the way?
Watch this. Oh, look, my live hit's over. Is the camera off? All right. But wait, you're surrounded by your peers and your coworker. What do you...
Look at that.
And he has been one of the mask Nazis as well. And
right, look at him.
Ta-da!
And immediately it comes off.
It's a show, people. Right.
I love that.
Show.
Yeah, it's a dog and pony show.
You will get fined, risk jail time in some municipalities across this country if you do what he just did right there.
Great stuff. That's great stuff. All right. Let me tell you about Keeps. Keeps hair loss prevention products. If you've noticed that your hair is not as full as it used to be, maybe you've got some patches starting to happen on your skull. Ugh, man, awful. It's awful. Now, you can go to the doctor, get a hair loss treatment prescription, and then go to the pharmacy and then try not to go broke by paying for it all. Or you can go online to Keeps, Keeps, keeps.com/Pat. They offer the generic versions for about half the cost. And then another thing you're going to love about Keeps, it's all online. You don't have to go to the doctor. You don't have to leave your house. You just go online, answer a few questions, and snap some pictures of your hair, post those. Then a licensed doctor gets back to you and recommends the right hair loss treatment. And they'll ship it directly to you at your doorstep. So don't make unnecessary trips to the doctor and the pharmacy. Go to keeps.com/Pat. That's KEEPS.com/Pat. It's about 90% effective in stopping hair loss. And then about 2/3 of men actually have hair regrowth. So when you go to Keeps, we'll get you 50% off your first order of Keeps hair loss treatments. That's keeps.com/Pat. Keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome to it.
They keep going down this list of hydroxychloroquine, and I was trying to find what you were talking about, and all I'm getting is no evidence it works. The new insight into the effect of hydroxychloroquine undermines its use in COVID-19. You can't find where it does any benefit at all.
Unreal.
It's amazing. And yet, I personally know of one human being.
Well, Glenn took it.
That it saved. It saved. My nephew was darn near close to dying.
From
COVID-19.
From COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then they finally...
hydroxychloroquine saved his life.
I mean,
I don't know
amazing.
what more you need.
I know. And how about the doctors in Los Angeles who treated thousands of patients with it? I mean, we heard stories like that over and over and over and over and over again. And it wasn't killing people. It was doing the opposite. It was saving their lives. And this said it was a peer-reviewed study. I wish I could find the story again, but I can't. I don't know where I saw it. It was a peer-reviewed study. It said 84% were helped by it. And then I'm sure they've dismissed it anyway. Somehow.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the latest. That was the latest where they were dismissing the new insight, where they were saying that it's unlikely to be beneficial. Oh.
Okay. Well, then don't take it. Don't take it. All right. Let the people who want to take it, and then those who don't can take something else. I mean, there are other treatments, by the way.
Yeah.
This Regeneron looks promising. Remdesivir they thought was promising, and now they're saying that's not.
I know.
That's not helpful. So I don't know. I don't know what do you believe?
Par for the course. Everything along the line for the last 7-8 months, everything has been on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wear masks. Wear
masks. Yes.
Right?
It doesn't help. It does help. It makes all the difference. It makes no difference. It's that way with absolutely
sure is
everything. Let's see. Right here, the WHO. I think we mentioned this earlier in the week. And I don't know what business the WHO has telling you that remdesivir doesn't work because
they've been in the news a lot lately.
I don't even like your crappy music. Now you're giving me medical advice? Okay, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Sorry. The WHO should just stick to what they do.
Thank you.
At the WHO. So on Thursday, a World Health Organization review panel issued new guidelines recommending against the use of remdesivir for COVID-19, even though the medicine is one of the few to win regulatory approval as treatment for the disease. Jeez.
I know.
After a clinical trial in April showed that remdesivir sped up the recovery of people with severe cases, the U.S. snapped up millions of vials of the drug from its manufacturer, Gilead. Over the summer, European regulators rapidly signed off on the product, leading to nations around the world signing purchase agreements for the drug. And then last month, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, also signed off on it. Now, the World Health Organization says it doesn't do much of anything to improve the health of people hospitalized with COVID-19. Oh.
Okay.
To me, the World Health Organization has zero credibility. None. I don't listen to anything they say. I don't trust them. I don't know what their agenda is, but it's not saving people's lives.
Well, we'll get back to trusting them in the Biden administration, so don't you worry about it.
Will we?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Good.
Don't you worry about it.
All right. And yes, and the UN will become a major influence.
Which needs to happen.
It needs
to happen.
I mean, what has the UN done other than just incredible good on this planet?
I know.
Just incredible good. That's all they do is just really good things. What a worthless organization.
I almost can't list something. I can't list the things of good that they've done. Almost.
Yeah, because there's so many of them. You just okay. Well, let me see if I can organize it in my mind. Nope, I can't.
See, and it's days like this where you're like, man, the show's only 2 hours, or else we could try to get into that list. But
that's the thing. That's the thing.
It's just too long.
There's just not enough time in the day, not enough hours to list all the good things the UN has done.
Hey, don't you watch It's a Wonderful Life? The day, or do you watch it every Thanksgiving or at any point during the holiday season?
Yeah, at some point during I don't have a set day, but sometime during the holiday season.
I just didn't know because coming up, I believe it's December 13th. Yeah. They're going to do a remake of it, and I'm sure you're going to be all over it.
Yeah, with is this the one with Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
I can't stand that guy.
Davidson.
And it's a reading of
it's a table read.
It's
a
table.
Oh, is it really?
It's a table read. And it's they're going to have an all-star cast.
Are
at
they?
The table read. All-star cast.
Oh, an all-star cast at the table? I love it. I love it.
Mia Farrow.
Okay.
Ellie Kemper. Bill Pullman. Richard Kinn. Carol Kane. Ed Begley Jr. Who doesn't love Ed Begley Jr.?
Oh.
Wait. Who's he going to be? Do we know?
What's that?
Does it say?
No, it does not say here. But it also says that there will be special surprise guests.
Of course there will.
Now, this is for the Ed Asner's special...
Is he still alive?
No.
He's not?
No, Ed Asner. He just
dead?
died, didn't he?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Wait, he's having his special, but he's dead?
No, it's for his thing.
Oh, that's going to be awkward.
It's for his nonprofit
He's
thing,
alive,
right?
man.
Is he?
He's 91.
Yeah, he's alive.
Oh, okay. I thought he just died. Who was the guy that just died? Oh, the oatmeal guy.
Wilford
Brimley. Yeah.
I don't think he just died. I think he's been gone for a while.
Wilford Brimley? No, he just died a little bit ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm with Pat. Like, I felt that he was dead for 20 years, and it turned out he just died.
The diabetes.
In August. He died in August.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I guess that was fairly recently.
That's what I said a little bit ago.
You know, he's born in Salt Lake City, and he lived in Utah most of his life.
Yeah, he died
really
in St.
weird.
George.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know why that was his choice for residence, but he lived there for a long time. So he died at 85. Now, I thought he was 85 about 50 years ago. Didn't
right?
You? Didn't you think? I mean, Wilford Brimley seemed old when he was like 30.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Was he like Benjamin Button? Was he born with that face?
It's possible.
Possible,
yes.
yeah. It is possible.
It's very, very possible.
But Pete Davidson is doing the Jimmy Stewart character.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Of course he is, because you got to go with the most obnoxious option possible. And
Wait.
and
You
did.
had Pat had Pepe Delecto said, "Are you working for pot now?" Is going to be his.
Nice.
Funny.
Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. They're going to do CNN is doing a retrospective of the people who've died from coronavirus. Remember the retrospective they did not too long ago on all the people who died from the flu in the last 102 years? It was touching. It moved me a lot. When tens of millions have died from the flu since 1918, and then CNN went through all the names. It was great. I mean, if you die from the flu or you die from coronavirus, is one worse than the other? You're equally dead either way. Why?
Really?
What is their only fascination with coronavirus is that they like to pin it on Donald Trump.
Yes.
That's their only motivation here. And as soon as Biden takes over, if he does, heaven forbid, which is not going to happen, obviously, because it's going to be overturned by the Supreme Court, and President Trump will go on to a second. So they'll continue.
It doesn't
Stop
look
it.
like that's
I will
going to
not.
happen.
I will not hear it from you.
It doesn't look right now that that's going to happen.
Where are you getting that? Where are you getting that?
I mean,
if I could just ask, why are you so negative on it?
Jeffy, the math checks out. What's your problem?
Are you a quitter?
No, but I'm.
Are you giving up?
The transition team is already put in place.
So?
And
they're transitioning to nothing. They're never going to have the office. So they can transition. They can put together all the teams they want.
He already has the electoral numbers.
Joe Biden is assembling an executive branch fancy team? Is that what he's doing?
Yes, he is.
It's not even real?
Right. That's what he's doing.
And we haven't really seen any proof, actual hard proof, that could change the outcome of the election from the team of attorneys.
No, but you're going to see it day
together.
after tomorrow. She's going to show it all.
But she's not on the team. That's a separate.
She's not, right, but she's going to show it for everybody. She's going to show the American people because she's working for the. She's working for the American people now. So, yeah. So, okay.
Again, it doesn't seem like Joe
understand?
Biden is. He's going to be president. He's going to be inaugurated on January 20th.
You're pissing me off here. You're really pissing me off. It's not going to happen. President Trump has just been elected to a second term. So stop it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this breaking news on the Pat Gray Unleashed program?
We've known about it since the election. We've known about it for a long time because Biden stole 7 million votes.
Yeah, I know.
So you take those 7 million.
Oh no! Do you add them to something?
And you add them to his current total of 73 million.
You got 30 minutes.
It gives you 30 million.
30 million. Oh, Trump destroyed him.
I mean, facts are facts. You're right. I'm sorry.
Thank you. It's about time. Thank you.
Right.
It's
Facts
about
are
time.
facts. When you say that, you're referring to Joe Biden stole it, right?
Mhm. Yes, he stole it.
Yes.
He stole the election, and we're going to
And
see the
facts
election.
are facts.
We're going to see the evidence on Friday. Okay, and then the Supreme Court's going to hear it and overturn the election.
Make no mistake. If I would love to see those facts.
Oh my gosh! So would I.
Can I just say?
So would I. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like I've said. I've made it clear. I think it was stolen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Will the evidence be presented? Let's just say it's all presented.
Yeah.
That's not the key. The key are these judges and spine that doesn't exist anywhere in our society.
Yeah.
Well, no, but if they actually have some actual proof, the judges won't be able to.
They wouldn't be able to stop it because it would go to the Supreme Court. If
you can't overturn the people.
Right. If you have enough evidence and you show them, look at these Dominion machines have been tampered with.
Yes.
You got compelling evidence of that?
There's whistleblower evidence.
And she said it's easy to prove. Okay. Well, then
I
prove
know.
it. Then do it. Then prove it.
When it
Let's see
happens,
it.
then we've got
Let's
to
see
make it clear that we won't stand for.
Well, yes,
And we will.
And we will.
Yes.
I mean, when that happens, when they show us the evidence, you bet we'll put the pressure. We'll exert the pressure that needs to be exerted for this to be accepted by the Supreme Court. But does she have that evidence? It doesn't seem like the Trump team thinks so because she's not part of it.
Right.
So it doesn't look like it.
But again, forget it.
But again, we'll see. We'll see on Friday, right? We'll
Two
see.
different paths here.
Yeah.
Criminal and constitutional.
Yes. That's right. And I think people are starting to realize now, right? As the week has progressed and as President Trump has conceded that the transition team can be assisted by his people.
Don't use that word concede.
Yeah, he hasn't conceded, but he has allowed those on his staff to work with the Biden transition team now. Anyway, Florida man Rob tweets, I'm hoping the food coma I get from this year's Thanksgiving lasts for 4 years. Well, okay, yeah. You're going to sleep through the second term of Donald Trump then.
Why would you want to do that?
Why would you want to do that?
Right.
Pigeon Racing Pit Crewman. So Biden is getting the band back together. In the next 4 years will sound like a combination of Beto's guitar and the Bon Jovi tune.
Oh, you can count on that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Duct Tape Freak. I would love to have Pat, Keith, and Jeffy do their own table read of It's a Wonderful Life during one of the December shows. That's a good idea.
That's a good
actually.
idea.
That would be fun.
Yes, it would be.
That
would be fun.
Maybe our Christmas show on the last day before we go on break. Spoiling Duck tweets, hooray, a remake of It's a Wonderful Life with Butthole Eyes Davidson.
He can't be Butthole Eyes Davidson.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? They were talking about his talented wit and clever vocalizations.
Who's
at this
talking
table,
about that?
Oh, the people promoting the table read of It's a Wonderful Life.
So it's what now? He is...
I'm sorry? It's his talented wit and clever vocalizations?
Wow.
As George, and look, this is for the Ed Asner Family Center.
Uh-huh.
Which,
So the table read is for the benefit of the Ed Asner
Family Center.
Okay. Yeah. I have yet to see his talented wit or
what about his clever
vocalizations. I haven't seen any of those either.
Really?
Honestly, I haven't watched much of Saturday Night Live, I don't know, since 1985 when Eddie Murphy left. But, maybe he's terrific. But when I've seen clips of him, he's just
not
stupid. He's just bad.
The clips are not witty vocalizations or clever vocals or whatever the hell it was.
Anybody stay up for Saturday Night Live and actually watch the whole episode of it?
I have actually put it on my list, so it gets recorded every week.
Oh, it does?
It's there.
Really?
But
But you never watch it.
I never go back.
Never watch it.
It's always there because I read a story. I say, oh, they did this. It was really funny, and I think, I got to go back and watch it, and then I don't because it just doesn't. Every time I do catch a clip, it really isn't that funny.
Well, yeah, those stories about how funny the clip is, and you watch the clip, and then it's like, wait, what? Are you talking about the same clip I just saw?
Honestly,
did you put the wrong clip in here?
I know.
This is bad.
If it's not one of the Manning boys, whether it's Eli or Peyton guest hosting, then I'm not interested.
Well, Eddie Murphy's coming up.
They are great.
Eddie Murphy is coming up to host it again, I think, in December, because he was supposed and I think that's still on, although he was coming on to promote, Coming to America.
Actually,
but that is now going to, they're not going to open that at the theaters. It's going to open
going straight to video
on Amazon.
Demand?
Amazon Prime in March, 1st of March.
Good. All right. He's doing Coming to America too.
I can't.
I got to watch the first one then.
Tremendous.
Yeah, you should go back.
You have not seen the first Coming to America, one of the funniest movies ever?
You won't understand it then, Keith. The subtle nuances.
I made myself vulnerable a few days ago on Twitter, and I said, name 3 movies that are very popular you haven't seen, and I listed that as one of them. So the audience, the Pathead audience, overwhelmingly said that I need to go and watch that, and so I guess I will.
That's embarrassing. That's
because I don't want to be shamed by Jeffy. There's all the motivation I need to go and watch this now.
Coming to America, Hangover.
Hangover.
The first one.
Shut up.
Two of the funniest movies. Two of the funniest movies ever.
All right. Okay.
Major League and Tommy Boy.
Major League, I agree with.
Maybe.
Major League's very funny. Very funny. Groundhog Day.
Not as funny as Hangover and Coming to America.
Hello. Groundhog Day. Princess Bride.
Oh, God.
Yes, Princess Bride. One of the great movies of all time.
Oh, God.
Man, you and
That
I
cannot-
have
that
nothing
cannot-
in
that
common.
cannot be on the
How are we
list.
friends? We got absolutely nothing in common. We don't like the same food, the same music, the same movies, the same anything. How do we tolerate each other in the same stinking room?
I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
I ask myself that often.
A lot. All right. So here's a list of hardly ever used words from the past that are, frankly, some of these I still hear used or use myself from time to time. These are supposedly some of the best words ever. We got this tweeted to us by Amy at Pat Unleashed. And here are some of the words that, there they are on the screen. But gallivant.
Yeah, gallivant.
Yeah.
Let's go gallivant around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've used that.
Yeah.
Britches. I don't use that word, but I've heard it many times.
Yeah. Pull up your britches. Yep.
My dad used it like crazy. I don't think he ever said pants. It was always britches.
Always britches. Yeah.
Codger.
Old codger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rigmarole.
Yes.
Yes. Hoodwink. Meh.
Yeah.
Ragamuffin. I have used the word ragamuffin. Fiddle faddle. Probably not.
Yeah.
Humbug every Christmas.
Yeah.
Skullduggery.
Yes.
Jalopy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Put the kibosh on something. Again, that's a dad word.
But that gets used. I've heard that's used on this program.
Yes, I think we have used it on this program. Bejeebers. That's not a word I personally use.
No.
Flibberty. Flibberty gibbet. Yeah, no, I don't. I never hear that one.
No.
Hullabaloo, I've heard.
Yeah.
Bamboozled.
Yes.
Flabbergasted.
Yes.
Brouhaha.
Yes.
Discombobulated.
Yep.
Lollygag. Yes. Malarkey. I mean, that's Biden's main
These
word.
are all strong words.
Cattywampus.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that one. Nincompoop. Yes. Skedaddle.
Amazingly, I have heard nincompoop before.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
I bet you've used it too.
Used on me.
Shenanigans. You use the word shenanigans.
Oh yeah, of course.
Flummoxed. I don't. Pumpernickel.
I like the bread.
Yeah, isn't that just it's kind of bread, right? Pumpernickel.
Yeah.
Well, you would use it when it comes up in that you have pumpernickel bread in front of you. Would you like a piece of
Let me pick
pumpernickel?
up some bread when I go to the store. Yes, get some pumpernickel.
Isn't that the kind of bread that comes to you at Cheesecake Factory? Isn't
Yes.
that it's pumpernickel, right? I think it is, and it's delicious.
That's a lot of syllables for
delicious
a bread type.
Pumpernickel.
I love pumpernickel bread.
Yeah, Berserk. Berserk is that's a pretty. I mean, that's still used today.
Right.
Periwinkle. Thingamajig. Everybody uses
Thingamajig
that.
uses all that.
What's it? Confuzzled. Kerfuffle. Poppycock.
Kerfuffle. That's a Jack Harris word.
Kerfuffle?
In Tampa. Yeah, kerfuffle. He uses that word a lot.
Poppycock. Bogus. I mean, bogus is pretty common, too. Balderdash. Fuddy-duddy. Thunderation. No. Who's McGadget? No.
What?
Ski-whiff. I don't know that one either. Lambasted, yes.
Yeah.
Flim-flam,
yeah.
Whatchamacallit, yes. Concoction, doohickey.
Yes. Concoction, of course.
Doohickey, yes.
Gobsmacked. Thingamabob.
Mm-hmm.
Camaraderie. That's a word that's still used. Camaraderie?
Yeah.
I see that in stories from time to time. Knucklehead.
Yes.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks. Caterwauling. We already said rigmarole. Tomfoolery. Yeah, I've used that word.
Tomfoolery, yeah.
Bodacious.
Yes.
Fiddle-dee-dee. Willy-nilly.
Yeah, of course.
Glenn uses that word all the time. Decrepit. Persnickety. Egads.
Yeah.
Audacity. We use that word on this show, actually.
It was the Obama book, remember that?
Yeah.
bologna.
Goes good on with pumpernickel.
And we already mentioned kerfuffle and numbskull. So, yeah, some of those are still, I think, in operation.
Some of those are still strong words.
Yeah, still use some of them. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. If you are buying, selling, maybe you're doing both because you're relocating, you need a really good agent. An agent that can see you through all the decisions that need to be made along the way. Like, what do I do to my house? Is it worth it to replace the countertops in the kitchen? Will it sell for... Will I get my money out of that update? Will I get my money if I update maybe a bathroom or whatever before we try to sell? These things you need help with because these are the people who know what their buyers are looking for all the time and what they like and what they want and what they're willing to pay for. Real estate agents I trust. The name really says it all. Plus, all of these agents are fans of the show. Glenn's team makes sure of that so that you've got that in common with them when you're looking for a home or you're trying to sell yours. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com. That's realestateagentsitrust.com. I did. Welcome. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Got some tweets here. Pigeon Racing Pit Crewman tweets, here's why I'm confident that Trump will get another term. If Jeffy has jumped on the Biden bandwagon, it's certain to capsize. Now, see, what I think they're saying there is that you're fat, Jeffy.
I got it.
I think but what they're saying is that when you jump on that bandwagon, the weight that you carry with you,
I understand,
would cause a distribution problem throughout the bandwagon.
What's a bandwagon?
It would then tip over.
What's a
And
bandwagon
capsize?
built out of?
No, I understand. Wood. It's so good that yesterday you were so staunchly against fat shaming.
I can't abide fat shaming, which is why I'm saying that's what I think they're saying, but it's wrong. It's wrong of them to say that.
Because I didn't hear you say wrong before.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm pointing out to you.
He's trying to explain the tweet.
I'm explaining the tweet.
Come on.
And it's a good thing you brought up the fact that I'm against fat shaming because then I can clearly show that I can't abide it.
Okay. Thank you.
Can't abide it.
Thank you for that.
Right. So...
Wouldn't want that to happen at all.
So there's that. But Pigeon Racing Pit Crewman is that's why they're confident that Trump will get another term. So there you go.
That's what he's.
Because if you jump on that Biden bandwagon, it'll tip over and capsize.
I have a bunch of plywood, a big pile of it.
It doesn't really matter what it's made out of. It could be made out of solid steel.
Yeah, he wasn't concerned about what it was made of.
No. It's just the fact that the weight distribution issue will be such that
you said that.
It's going to tip over and capsize. From dubious glitches, come on, man. We got through the other guy for 8 years. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying the other day, and I got my teeth kicked in for it. We got through Obama. We'll get through this. We will. We will get through it.
Now, my point was that originally was that now, of course, that I've changed that tune. But my point originally was that while we did get through 8 years of Obama, we didn't have 8 years of Obama prior to 8 years of Obama.
You're not supposed to bring that aspect up.
That was my original concern. It's not anymore.
No,
it's not anymore.
As I pointed out, we then had the 4 years of Trump that have corrected some of those problems. They're going to have to try to screw it up again.
That's true.
Yeah. So dubious glitches continues anyway. I'm sure we'll get through this. I mean, we'll be broke from higher taxes, but we'll be alive and, well, just that, alive.
We'll be lucky to be alive, my friend.
I know.
What was the tax? $200 per rifle? What did I see? That Biden wants?
They can say that all they want. Americans are not going to pay that.
You can't tax.
Americans aren't going to do that. We just won't do it.
It's unconstitutional for one thing.
Yeah,
but
you better hope the Senate doesn't go to the Democrats then.
Oh, I am hoping that. I'm more than hoping that. Man. But people just don't know what to think. Seriously. I called my financial guy yesterday, and I said, hey, I need to take half of my money out of the stock market. And don't be surprised if I call you back in a few weeks and I take the other half out before January 20th. He's like, wait, what? Does that mean you don't think, wait, the court challenges, you don't think they're going to work? Nope. But wait, this isn't going to go to the Supreme Court to be overturned? No. I mean, he was really, I just shattered his world. I don't mean to do that. I don't want to do that. But the fact is, as Laura Ingraham said yesterday, and I said the other day as well, I don't want it to be the case, but I can't lie.
Right. I mean, the writing is there.
Yeah.
It's on the wall.
That the bandwagon has been destroyed by Jeffy. There's no place for you on it now, Pat.
No, I'm not on the Biden bandwagon. I'm not jumping on any Biden bandwagon. I'm just saying that bandwagon is passing by, and it's going to D.C. That's all I'm saying.
I went to see a medical professional yesterday, and when the medical professional came in the room, she was like, "Don't even start with me. I don't want to hear it. Don't start with me. I already know.
It's kind of where everybody is. Yeah,
I already know. Mm-hmm. Don't even start with me. In fact, get out."
Well, you hear that everywhere. It has nothing to do with an election.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's really true. All right, from the real cat daddy, wait for Biden's press conferences. He will use them all the words from the past.
Oh, yeah.
Malarkey, caterwauling, all that. He will. Yeah, he will.
There was a couple I was thinking that were not here. Fenortner. I like Fenortner. And Higgly Piggly.
Oh, yeah.
Higgly Piggly gets used quite a bit.
That's another Glenn word, isn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah.
You can't just higgledy-piggledy do whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, he uses that.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Got that from me.
He got that from you, huh?
Whatever. But he steals from me.
Well, not bitter, just saying.
Whatever. Fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, mister, I'm in the Rock and Roll or the Hall of Fame. Is he in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or
No,
is
he's
in the
not.
Broadcasting Hall of Fame?
But he'll get to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, though, before Foreigner.
Yeah, that was where
we all know that. But he is in the Radio Hall of Fame. 888-900-3393. Got some good news on Clorox. Clorox wipes back on the shelf.
Yes, they are.
Or not.
Well, no, they're shipping 1 million packs of wipes every day.
Can you believe
every day?
1 million packs a day.
A day.
Which is 365 million a year.
Now, they had planned on replenishing the retailers by this summer, but due to
they couldn't
unprecedented demand. I mean, they couldn't do it. So they've added 10 additional third-party manufacturers and running its own facilities 24/7.
And it's still not enough. It's still not enough.
Still not enough.
That's how germ crazy we are right now in this COVID sort of scenario, pandemic nightmare.
No kidding.
Wow. And that's just Clorox. You can't get any other kind of wipe either. Lysol's the same situation.
Yeah.
And so are any of the other off-brands. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. 888-900-3393.
Hi, guys. I think we're on the air.
Yeah.
I like it.
About to calm down. Calm down. Everything's under
I don't know.
control.
My experience from 90 minutes ago, I don't think I'm in a position to calm
let that,
down
just
when
let
we
that
come
go.
back.
Well, it's just because somebody came in and used the studio yesterday after we were here and didn't put anything back the way it was supposed to be. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
You just come in and you start messing with all the diodes and the switches.
I know.
And
why would the employee that comes in to run the show look at the setup before the show starts? Why would that happen?
Because they assume it's going to be the same.
I can't help what they assume.
So obviously,
you always look at the board.
This was one of your deals.
No, it was not.
Yeah, this is one of your people
that
came
not.
in here. Yeah, this
no,
is
it
one
wasn't.
Yeah, you came in here and did a podcast and switched all the diodes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Or
I
did not.
Your little friend that comes in and does it.
That did not happen either.
Okay.
It didn't.
I love it. I love being able to set fires between you two from across town.
Somebody's suspiciously defensive.
You can be. Oh my gosh, you are
suspiciously defensive over the diode switching in the control room. All right.
Wow.
Got some tweets here. From J.S. Jones, Here's hoping Joe Biden will skedaddle from the White House. Yes. Okay. Yes. I could go along with that. Yeah. Chris Henderson tweets, Keith, a bandwagon is a literal wagon that a band would be put on to announce strong support for a candidate or cause. More people on the bandwagon meant more support. Not sure if the on-air question was rhetorical, but
no.
There you go.
That's good stuff.
That's
but
good stuff.
Did that bandwagon take into account a Jeffy joining them?
No, it did not. No, you can't take that into account. It's impossible.
That's the hiccup here.
Yeah, they're right. It's impossible. Bodacious bivital bifurcation tweets, yeah, but why won't you denounce fat shaming, Pat?
Thank you.
No, I will, and
Thank
I did.
you.
And I have. I
Bodacious bivital. Thank you.
I did, and I have strongly denounced it.
Have you?
Constitutional Stoner tweets, wait, Jeffy is fat? I never noticed. I thought the studio was just small.
Is that funny?
It's really funny. It's really funny. Yeah, it is.
Is it funny? I was just wondering.
It is, Mr. Diode Switcher.
I was just wondering if you were going to denounce fat shaming.
Very, very funny. Very funny.
Wait a minute. Do you have the Tyler tweet that, let's see, poor Jeffy being fat affirmed? See, it's not fat shaming, it's fat affirmation.
Good. I like that.
Is it?
I like that.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It's fat affirmation. Right. Right. I like it.
Nice job, Tyler.
That's perfect.
Is it?
He likes it. Look
Is
at
it?
him. Yeah. He's smiling. He's trying to hide his smile behind his
Is it?
big hand over there.
First of all, and B. All right. Tom B. Tweets, bless his heart, Pat, thinking that they can't tax us unconstitutionally. He forgot Roberts is still on the court. Hashtag Obamacare tax.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Generation Y conservative tweets, Biden wants to tax firearms and high-capacity magazine owners at $200 an item, huh? I think he should also tax Twitter and Facebook users, 50 cents per post. No? Oh, freedom of speech is a First Amendment right? Huh.
Right.
How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Pick and choose always.
Right. Yes. We do like some constitutional rights, but not others.
Correct.
So there's that.
There's that. There is that.
There's that wonderful reality.
That. We were talking about the Clorox wipes shipping nearly 1 million packs of wipes.
How much money, by the way, must they be making right now?
I know.
That is unbelievable. They're selling 1 million.
1 million a day?
A day?
I mean, they're cranking out, right? I mean, they're paying for, the creation of them. So they are spending some money.
But that's all built in. I mean, that's all built into the price.
I mean, the competitor company, the Reckitt Benckiser Group, I mean, they're churning out 35 million cans of Lysol spray a month.
Jeez.
And that's not enough.
It's incredible.
So
it's incredible.
My question to you is...
You're talking about 400 million of these a year.
Right.
400 million Clorox wipe boxes and Lysol spray cans.
And they're only what?
year.
They're only what, like a quarter a package?
No,
so you pay like what?
I don't even know what they cost, but it's for something like this. I think the price has gone up.
Yes,
got up.
Yes, and that can't be price gouging.
No,
that's just because we
price
need the
gouging
product.
is illegal, Jeffy.
Thank you.
You can't price gouge.
Yeah, but if you sell that during a hurricane warning,
right?
Then it's price gouging.
Yeah.
Other than that,
if you raise the price on it, yes. More than the government deems reasonable,
right?
And
but during a pandemic,
and we had those guys that bought the hand sanitizer, right? Bought them all up, and they just took it from them.
That sucked.
That was criminal. It was criminal what happened to them, not what they did.
Exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, they've got the right to buy up products and then sell it on the secondary market.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And since we all agree on that. With those guys that looked ahead,
they got screwed,
stocked up, and tried to sell it, then can we all agree that there's really no such thing as price gouging? There should be no legal definition for price gouging. It's arbitrary, and when the government is deciding, it's bad news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a Stu hot point.
I'm with him 1,000,000%.
I'll never forget during the evacuation in Houston, 2008, I think it was. No, it was 2005. It was 2005 when everybody evacuated because it was right after Katrina and then whatever that following hurricane was, where it was headed to Houston, and then it turned out to be not a deal at all. But everybody, like 3 or 4 million people left town. So you couldn't get gas, you couldn't get money out of the ATMs because it was all gone. The banks closed, the grocery stores closed. It was really very eerie for about a week. But there was a gas station that somehow got gas in the middle of all of this, and they were out of town quite a ways, 20 or 30 miles. They were charging $15 a gallon, and they got prosecuted for it.
That's ridiculous.
In Texas.
Ridiculous.
In Texas for price gouging during an emergency. You're right.
The one company.
How do you
remember
decide?
the
Who
one
gets
company
to
that got in
decide
trouble that we had such a to do over a few years ago, where they were saying that they were price gouging on the price of water during one of the storms, and the price of water that they were selling it for wasn't price gouging at all. It was even less than event pricing at stadiums.
Oh my gosh!
Right. Now keep in mind,
crazy.
If you are a captive audience, literally a captive audience inside an airport, we can charge you whatever we want to.
Yep.
There's no gouging there. That's a contract that these companies paid for, so they have every right to get their money back by sticking it to you while you wait for your flight.
Yeah. An airport, a baseball game, a football game, a basketball game, all of those events, they charge you unbelievable prices.
But those are event pricing.
They have every right to do that. But you know what? So does the guy selling gas for $15 a gallon.
Yes.
And then outside the stadium, they'll charge you $50 or $25 or $30 just to park your car.
And by the way, some of those large events, that $50 to park in the front parking lot is well worth it.
Yeah, it is.
It actually money is. Well spent.
That's true.
When you have 80,000 people coming out of a building and you can just walk out and go.
That's the free market.
Nice.
That's the free market.
That's right.
There.
And supply and demand, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
I know. I mean, it's almost like, man, if there was a place that somebody could buy a supply of cookies in the world for say, this holiday weekend coming up. Is there a place where people could purchase something like that?
I don't know of one. Like Keebler, you mean? Like those crappy,
those are
crunchy,
those are just
fall apart cookies.
Those are over the counter. I
they're
really
scrumptious cookies.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
those are like you're talking about the tastiest, best tasting cookies in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. Scrumptiouscookie.com. You might try that. Yeah. Got some pumpkin pie cookies that are phenomenal. You might want to try. And she's got the Texas sheet cake cookie right now.
Oh, nice.
What are you?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Man, you
saying.
You should become a sponsor to Chewing the Fat podcast.
I should.
You should become a sponsor of Chewing the Fat podcast.
Is that a thing? Do they have sponsors on the Chewing the Fat?
They do, actually. It's a
I'll have to look into that. I'll look into it. Meantime, let me tell you about Scoremaster.com. Scoremaster. Can you imagine raising your credit score 97 points?
Actually, no.
I just saw a commercial from another place that does this. Or that claims to do this. And like one of the women who was doing the testimonial said, my credit score went up 11 points. Like 11 points?
A whole 11.
Whoa! Slow down on that, pumpkin. Slow down, because that's too much to handle right there. Try an average of 61 points in 20 days. And then, a lot of people raise it much more than that. 97 points. We had one listener got 180 points in under 30 days. I mean, it's just incredible. So if you have, let's say you have just average credit. You have an average credit score, but you go to Scoremaster before trying to take out a car loan, and you raise your score just the average 61 points in 20 days or less, you save $9,000 on your car loan. And if you're doing a home refi, that'd be about $100,000 in savings. See how many plus points you can add to your credit score. Go to scoremaster.com/Pat. That's scoremaster.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You know what's going to be fun is when the border is just swung wide open. Just all the walls, the new wall that has been built is bulldozed by the incoming administration.
Wait, I thought that incoming administration wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
I thought the incoming administration was already the administration.
Oh, right, the second term of the Trump administration. Yeah,
I'm just trying to understand.
Well, let me just in the unlikely event that a different administration happens, I think what they'll do is bulldoze the wall and swing the gates wide open. Why not? Because you can trust everybody that's. Do you know that on the border, the people they have caught have had an incredibly high rate of COVID-19? So who are they not catching that's coming across the border with COVID-19?
Right.
We all know the numbers in Mexico are astronomical, and they're
But
not
you better
even
stay in your house.
It's just. I don't know. It's
Madness.
It's madness, and that's not the only problem.
What about the children, though?
The children.
What about the
in
children?
the cages that
the
the
children?
Trump built?
Separated from their families.
Separated from their families, right? Yeah.
Horrific.
I know.
Horrific.
There's still some today that are separated from their families. I think there's 500 and some, and 480 of those have had their parents contacted, and their parents don't want them sent back home.
No, but I'm asking, what about the children?
Yeah, ask their parents. That's their parents. What about the children? Because their parents aren't doing anything about it. Their parents want them reunited with family members here in the United States. We're not going to do that. Now we probably
sure
are.
will.
After January 20th, we probably will. And, Mexico's other problems, like, I don't know, murder? On a regular basis?
Oh, my gosh. They're still setting records.
It's over 30,000 a year.
Yeah.
Well over 30,000 a year.
I don't have the story in front of me now, but they are already, there's several cities that are already ahead of that number now this year.
They have 1/3 the population and about double the homicides. It's unbelievable what's going on. They just found another reporter who was shot minutes before going live on the air while covering a story about some remains they discovered of somebody else who was killed by the drug cartels. And then he was just about to go on the air and say, hey, yeah, we just found these.
Yes.
He gets shot and killed. It took place as he was investigating. He arrived on the scene before the authorities, unfortunately. As he was preparing to go live with his report, a vehicle with unidentified armed assailants reportedly sped up and opened fire, shooting him at least 5 times. He died in the hospital a few hours later. Wow. This isn't the first journalist killed in Mexico this year. It has happened several times before. He is the 3rd journalist killed in less than a month.
Wow.
9 journalists have been killed in Mexico so far this year. Last year, 11 journalists were killed in Mexico, the highest number worldwide. We're talking about higher than war zones like Syria. So this is what we're opening up our borders to, probably, after January 20th. Congratulations, everybody. COVID-19, drug cartels, undesirables. And no, it's not all people coming across the border, but if it's one person coming across the border like this, that's too many, isn't it? And we're not going to pay any attention to it. We're not going to pay any attention to it. Between that and defunding the police in our urban areas, I think we've got a pretty good situation brewing here.
Good times.
Good
times coming.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good times coming is what you're saying.
I'm glad you agree with me. Yeah,
I do.
Really, really good times.
I do.
On the way. I
do. Now that's if.
Congratulations. Now that's if. Now, if we get the verdict overturned on the election, I think that none of that will be as big a problem, But we'll see. So we'll see.
Careful if you're on that bandwagon.
Now,
Jeffy's nearby.
you do understand what a bandwagon is now, right?
Yeah,
It's a
I
literal
love that.
wagon
With a band.
with a band on it. And the more people who are on it, it shows more support for the
Right.
candidate. So,
Right.
the politician, if you will.
It works.
Yeah.
Just walk alongside, Jeffy.
All righty. 888-900-3393. Also add Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Last week, applications for first-time unemployment benefits rose to 742,000. First increase since early October. Some more concerning numbers about the labor market. 20.3 million U.S. workers are receiving unemployment benefits. 10 million jobs have been lost since the pandemic
And I would
started.
say that's probably more, right? Because
more than 10
it's
million?
got to be, right? Because so many people were subcontractors and working on their own, right? That didn't really count in those numbers. You know, people were independent contractors.
Yeah.
And so when those people lost their jobs, delivery people, whatever it was, you know, no matter whatever job it was, that didn't really count as one of the lost jobs because you were working for yourself, right?
Right.
Independent contractor. You were out in the wind. And those jobs were growing during the Trump administration, right? People were off doing that, making more money than ever.
And isn't one of the things the potential new administration is talking about is a tax on working at home? They want to tax people for home employment now.
I hope so.
Yeah, because
I hope so because you don't want to be able to
stream
do
of
what
revenue for the
you don't want to
government.
be able to do what you want in your home.
No, you
without
shouldn't be
being
able to do
taxed
that.
for it.
No, well, you're saving money on gasoline and probably even childcare and all of those things. So you should give some of that to the government.
It is amazing.
Are you working for Biden now?
Are you working for Biden now?
You know,
you see.
Somebody's.
What is it, Keith? Go ahead.
Spit it out.
So go ahead, Keith.
Well, I'm just wondering. There's probably somebody who gets paid to sit around and come up with new ways to tax hardworking Americans, and that's probably just their job. Of course, that's
the Democratic Party.
Democratic politicians, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Answered my own question. Yes.
I don't even know that they have to think much about it. I think it just comes natural to them. Hey, you know what? People are saving money by being at home.
We can't have that.
We can't have that. They need to send some of that to us.
Yes.
Let's take it from them.
Don't they know that's our money?
You know what we'll do is we'll do a work at home tax. That's what if you were working at home, we'll give you another 8%.
Minor. It's minor.
A minor, just a teeny little 8%. We'll take
what?
off the top. And a teeny tiny little 8% tax on.
It's a what? See, it's a WAT. It's a work at home tax.
Work at home tax.
Yeah.
That didn't quite work so well. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
No, I like it. I like it. And
WAHT.
by the way, I know that you've been writing off some of that home office space and everything.
Oh yeah.
We're going to cut that back.
Yeah, you can't take that
We're gonna
deduction
cut
now.
that. Well, you can. It's just not going to be as much.
Probably.
It's just not going to be as much. So you can say you've got a whole full room as an office, but really you only use about a quarter of it. So you only get to write off that much.
It's good.
We did mention good times, right?
We did mention good times.
Good times.
Yeah, really, really good times.
Because the good times are.
We're moving up to the east side to that deluxe apartment
We
in the sky.
are moving up.
We're moving on
to
up.
the east side.
Pat, I don't know if you want to do this here, but have you seen a map that was created for you? It's a map of a town called Unleashed, Texas.
No.
I don't know if you've seen this.
I have not seen it.
But as you can see, there's your house right here on the left-hand side. There's a chasm between your house and my house, which explains why
I can't get there.
Yeah. So
right.
Michael made this. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for showing the problem that we encounter.
Yeah.
Anytime we want to get together outside of the of work, we can't because of the chasm. There's a chasm between us. And in fact, Keith was going to invite me over for the game last weekend with Taysom Hill's first start for the New Orleans Saints. and they were playing the Atlanta Falcons, which of course is his team. And so he's got NFL Sunday Ticket, which I don't. And I couldn't come, first of all, because of the roads, but second of all, because of COVID-19.
Right.
So we were.
But I have some bad news for you.
Doubly blocked.
Right.
What's the bad news?
I am forced to start Taysom Hill as my quarterback this weekend, which means he's destined to fail.
The curse of Keith is kicking in.
The Keith curse is going to be in effect.
I guess fantasy football-wise, he scored 24 points last week. That's not
Yeah, he
bad,
did
right?
well.
That's not
He did
bad.
well.
I don't play fantasy football, but I think that's decent, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a good day. I mean, it's not great, but
Like, what is a great 33, 35?
above 30 points is really good. And
Okay.
I have Kyler Murray, who normally tears it up for me, but he's got a sore shoulder. I've got Joe Burrow, who's gone for the year.
Oh,
and
wow.
now Taysom Hill,
That's
who
right.
I picked up. Yeah, I'm going with Taysom.
Sucks. That sucks.
That really does.
Also, this week, last night, the college football playoff rankings came out.
Oh, you guys got a job.
Got screwed.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Royally screwed.
Royally screwed.
BYU
It's embarrassing.
BYU goes from 8 in the other polls to 14.
And this is the poll that matters for the playoffs. This is
Right.
the only one that matters.
Matters for
you
the
gotta be in the top
playoffs.
4.
And I believe the New Year's 6 games.
So those dingleberries
You gotta be in the
use
top 12.
same.
I hate their guts.
The same process
I
this year
hate their
that
guts.
they use every other year,
Which is ridiculous. Because nobody's playing cross-conference games.
Right.
So you can't do the strength of schedule thing this year. Plus, Cincinnati stayed at number 7 with a weaker strength of schedule.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Don't even get me. Well, it's too late. You already got me started. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
See you
Thanksgiving.
Monday.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.